Jennifer Friedenbach, Friedenbach, and my title is Executive Director of the Coalition on Homelessness.
Tell me about the demonstration happening here tonight.
Well, what we're doing on the cusp of the holiday for Martin Luther King is that we're going to be camping out here all night, and we're demonstrating a right to rest for people who have no place to sleep. And we have a situation right now in San Francisco, across the state, where people are too poor to afford a place to live, are forced to sleep outside, are ticketed for being poor. Those tickets go to warranty, they can't pay them. They're cut out of public benefits. They are jailed simply for being too poor. So we're trying to get that to stop. So we're calling for this bill to be passed in the state of California. We're hoping to get it introduced in another month or so. And we'll be here fighting for a right to rest for all people.
Michael Dio, welcome to the Right to Rest action in San Francisco. So tell me why you're here and why it's important.
All right, so this is an issue that I personally worked on, and I know you have too. With BOSS, we did 10 years ago, we did a Right to Sleep campaign about people's, when we framed it that way, people got it that didn't usually get, you know, what it's like to be homeless because you got to sleep. And the nature is, and we're dealing with that in Berkeley right now. You know, police are telling people you can't have things to sleep under, and you know, by people making these, you know, laws basically saying they never have slept outside. Don't know that you need cardboard and padding because you'll wake up like with a sore back, you know. And we got ambassadors who decide to start cleaning by your head at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, even though we won some victories in the right to sleep, we need a state law. And a lot of us, you know, activists from different cities, we've been fighting about this sleep stuff because it's a basic human right. You know, we know the United Nations considers it a basic right. People, you know, if you don't get sleep, you're not gonna. You start like hallucinating, and then they pick you up for mental health crisis.
So my name is Miranda, and this is my son Hendrix, and we're here because we've been homeless. I've actually been homeless 3 times in my life, and I know that it was a lot easier for me to get a job because I'm a white woman. I got a job at Starbucks when I was homeless, and meanwhile they're kicking out other homeless people that I knew that don't look like I do. So we came out here because it's important, especially now that we're not homeless anymore, to stick up for the homeless community.
My name is Gwen Austin. I work for Building Opportunities for Self-Sufficiency. And the reason why we are here, BOSS is being represented here at the Homeless Bill of Rights Day of Action rally, is because we work with a population of people that are being criminalized for sleeping and for resting. So we want to be a part of that campaign because we work tirelessly 24/7 to try to make sure that people have their rights not taken away from them. So this is a part of a demonstration that's going to help hopefully build that with legislation. It's being worked in 3 bills. So the Western Regional Advocacy Project is streamlining that, as well as the Coalition on Homelessness. So BOSS and other member organizations are working tirelessly to make sure that bill gets passed, and then a couple of other ones, because we don't want their rights to continue to be taken away from them.
I'm Dilara from the Coalition on Homelessness.
Yes, oh good.
And I'm Woods from TGI Justice Project.
So tell us why this action is important.
This action is important because poor people in California and all around the U.S. are arrested and incarcerated just for being poor and homeless, just for sleeping outside, and experience lots of violence. And we think that criminalization is not the solution to the problem of extreme poverty. It only makes it worse.
Oh, I mean, so TGIJP specifically works with trans and gender non-conforming folks, and so one thing about that is that because of like trans and gender non-conforming people, specifically transgender non-conforming people of color, experience higher rates of poverty, of homelessness, of like exclusion, even from the services for specifically homeless people, and so and then experience higher rates of criminalization when walking down the street as well, just for being trans as well.
My name is Janny Castillo,
Fighting for something you really
and I know that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in the United Nations says
to the front area up here and bring like a blanket or something you might have
Everybody should be fed. The reason we don't have it in this country is because we have some corporations that don't pay tax. A good example is here in San Francisco, where Twitter was allowed to come in the Tenderloin without paying taxes because they said they would go somewhere else and they had to pay taxes. What happened is that we saw all that, it drove up the rents in the Tenderloin, forced a lot of people out of the TL. Right now, whereas about 10 years ago, there were 13% African Americans here, now there's only 6 or 7%. I believe all this oppression, all these police brutality is linked together. They keep us oppressed, they keep us fighting amongst ourselves, say should be all lives matter or black lives matter. Black lives matter because all lives matter. For a long time this country was based, policing was based on the 1830s laws. That's when it started, when they would capture runaway slaves and they would protect the private property of plantation owners. That's what this country is based on, private property. We have to get rid of the private property. We have to share the wealth. We have to have a different kind of system that makes sure that nobody has to do without, instead of making criminals out of people that have to rob to feed their children or their families or themselves.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
Ready?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Bilal Ali, Bilali. And I'm a human rights organizer with the Right to Rest campaign. That is a campaign that is challenging laws that make it illegal for people to rest, to sleep, to lie down, and to share food in public. This is the solution that the city of San Francisco and other cities in this country has come up with dealing with the problem of poverty and homelessness. We don't say that, we don't feel that's a solution. A solution to homelessness is housekeeping, not handcuffs. Housekeeping, not handcuffs. The solution to poverty is equality. Equal opportunity for everybody in America, not just for a certain few, not just for those people who have the connection and the protection and the reflection.